I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're delighted to be joined today by Evelyn Woodward. She is the author of an amazing book. It is called And You Thought Being Dead Was All There Was. Well, in this intriguing novel, we follow the story of Susie, who, after a near-death experience, finds herself in a world filled with ghosts and spirit, as Susie discovers her newfound power to guide these spirits to the afterlife. Her journey of understanding and acceptance begins. We're delighted to have this very talented author, Evelyn Woodward, join us here today on Spotlight. We thank the folks at Prime 7 Media for helping us put her in the spotlight today. We ask viewers like you to support writers like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing her wonderful book. The links are below this interview. Evelyn, great to see you here today on Spotlight.
Thank you, Logan. It's great to be here.
Oh, it's great to have you. Excited to talk to you about your book. It's such an intriguing exploration of the afterlife. Tell me, what was the inspiration behind the story of Susie and her near-death experience?
Well, I've had a number of family members pass away on me, and as it progressed, I just knew there was something more. Yeah. I could tell there's something more. And so that let my imagination go for whatever it might be, which is fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's the best part about writing is that you let your imagination roam. It's completely boundless. It can go anywhere you want. The story is what you write. Tell us about Susie. Is she kind of based on somebody you knew or know?
Well, it's some of it is a relationship that I had with my best friend growing up. And I hadn't seen her in years and years and years, but the bond never broke.
Hmm.
And so when something happened to Susie, her best friend Kimberly came along, and the two of them together managed to figure out what was going on. And I think that is really special. And it's special to have the others come into it
Hmm.
because people are more connected than they realize at times.
Yeah.
I think they are.
Absolutely. Susie's ability to see and interact with the dead is really fascinating. Tell us how this ability affects her life and her perception of the world around her.
Well, it would make her very nervous
Mhm.
because you grow up thinking that ghosts are scary, but she realizes fairly quickly that they were people living, and there they are. They just want to go on to wherever next is, and so she tries to help them. It takes her a while to figure out how,
Yeah.
but yeah, she does that until she gets a bump in the road and has to figure out the next step. It, I think it's a rather exciting story in some ways because there's so much that happens.
Absolutely. A lot transpires in Susie's journey, that's for sure. Tell us about her friend Kimberly and the role she plays in the story and how she helps Susie navigate her new responsibilities.
Well, Susie is so busy helping the ghosts that she really isn't paying much attention to the world around her. And Kimberly is trying to keep everything stable in the world
Hmm.
by feeding Susie and planning things. And as she's there watching it all happen, she is writing her own book.
Yeah.
And by writing a book, she plans a book tour so that she can get Susie all over at least North America to start with,
Hmm.
which but the two of them, they are locked together in love,
Yeah.
best friend love.
That's great. That's great. It's a beautiful part of the story, that's for sure. Tell us a little bit about your view of the afterlife. What do you think awaits us after this existence?
Well, my father had a near death experience when he had a heart attack, and he saw the white light,
Hmm.
and he had people saying, "No, it's not time."
Yeah.
That was his understanding. It's not your time. And he came back to us a little damaged, but still he was still him.
Hmm.
But then in reading things after that, I figure we go off to basically whatever it is that we're believe in
Hmm.
within our religion, within our heart. And then I think that's just the next step to another great adventure.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we just stop there and bask in the glory of anything. I think we have more coming.
Hopefully, right now it's just a waiting room for something that's really good awaiting us. That would be nice, right?
That would be nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
exactly. It's like we're online at Disney World, taking our time, going through the fences to get to something like, ta-da, wow. That would be great. That'd be a happy thought. When your dad had his near death experience, did it affect his view on life afterwards or his view on death afterwards?
It did. It affected all of us who knew him on the near death because he described it fairly well.
Hmm.
And it was enough that he was not at all afraid to die.
Yeah,
And my mother, when she passed away, she was not afraid to die.
yeah,
She just didn't quite understand at the time that that's what was happening.
yeah.
So I had to talk to her and tell her
Hmm.
that you're in the hospital and you're sick, but really what's happening is you're dying.
Yeah,
And so if you see a white light, go for it.
yeah. Yeah, my mom
And
had
with
a very similar reaction to her end of life. She'd been not sick for a while at all. She was pretty healthy, and but then suddenly she had a decline. And during the decline, she had a lot of dreams about her relatives. She saw her aunt, May, that she hadn't seen in a while, and she was having all these great conversations with people who had passed before her. And by the time, she was ready to die, she was literally sitting on the side of the bed holding her pocketbook, saying she's ready to go. And she really was embracing it like a new adventure, like you said, and like you described. So hopefully the people who are near death know something that we don't, that there is something good waiting for us, and that being dead is not all there is or all there was. I love your title, by the way. How'd you come up with that?
I had seen titles on books before that were kind of long and involved like that. And every time I saw it, I'd stop and look,
Yeah.
even though I know I had seen it before, but that's catchy. So I figured, well, I might as well have something catchy.
Well, it is, and it's very intriguing, and it is very eye-catching, and it's very provocative. So it's a perfect, perfect title for sure. Have you envisioned this perhaps as a movie? I think it'd be a pretty cool film.
I yeah, I write like I can see it,
Right.
and so I think it would be a pretty cool film. But I think there might be some parts that would be difficult, except that with computers nowadays, who knows?
Everything's possible in Hollywood. They make magic. It's amazing. That's what it's all about. Well, you've made magic between the covers of this book. Evelyn Woodward has written an amazing book. It is called And You Thought Being Dead Was All There Was. It's an intriguing novel. We follow the story of Susie, who, after a near-death experience, finds herself in a world filled with ghosts and spirits. As Susie discovers a newfound power to guide these spirits to the afterlife, her journey of understanding and acceptance begins. It's a wonderful vision for what the afterlife holds for us. I think you'll truly enjoy Evelyn's book. Evelyn, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Thank you.
My pleasure. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.